All
Yeah.
right. Hello, folks. We're live. It's Wednesday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. Beverage Ramble is in Georgia, and we're looking at beers for winter or winter beers, beers that are specifically made for or sold during winter. Now, here's the one I've got.
Sorry about that. Oh yeah, I saw that today. At where I went.
Yeah, it's only sold during winter time. It's Mardi Gras Bach from Abita Brewing Company. And show everybody what you've got.
Okay. I'm gonna lower my phone so I don't have to hear these. Anyway, yes, the infamous Sam Adams Winter Lager.
I don't know why it's infamous.
Yeah,
I like that beer.
I've had it before too. It was pretty decent, really good by them. And this I reviewed this, and if you see the variety pack that comes out during the holiday season, the winter lager is in that, along with the
Yes,
long lager, chocolate Bach, and I think Old Feswick is still on there too. I believe maybe.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm busting this open, and
Born on date. Okay. Abita. Yeah. Oh, I got something from Abita too. I got today. I'll show you afterwards. So.
okay, so now I'm going to pour it. Then I'm going to do a screen share. So glass pouring. Get a thick off-white head and a what is that, copper appearance?
Copper. Yeah. Copper red.
Semi-transparent, not totally transparent. All right, so here we go. So you like my internet connection these days?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Better computer always helps. More RAM, more space. Yeah. So it wasn't the internet. It was basically the computer more so than the internet. Right?
Yeah, it was just
Yeah. It was time. You had a good what 10-year use of that computer, right? Close to it.
8.
8 years. Okay. Well, round off to 10, I guess.
All right, can you see this?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
And
so
I've had
Mardi
this.
Gras
I've had the Mardi Gras box. Yes.
is the first of our seasonal brews. Comes out first of the year, usually really at the end of the year, but whatever. Okay, pale Pilsner caramel malts and German pearl hops. Perfect choice during Carnival, which is a New Orleans winter festival and Mobile winter festival. 6.5% alcohol, 25 bitterness units. You can serve it in all sorts of different glassware, and it's sold January and February, winter months. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And they changed the label from time to time. They used to show a float, Mardi Gras float, but now this year they're showing a fence with Mardi Gras beads hanging everywhere. So now before we go to your beer, I'm going to show the screen share just to get that done. You
Okay.
recognize this?
Yes, I do. That's what I have. I have a glass kind of similar to that right now, where I just poured the winter lager. Slay the holidays. Yes. So
Rich malt notes with a carol of cinnamon, ginger, and orange peel.
festive and smooth, as they say. Now, would this now? I guess fest beer wouldn't be the same. I guess a spiced wheat Bach. Bach beer. Okay.
Fest beer with a spice sweet bock. 5.6, 22 bitterness units. They use Hallertau, Mittelfrüh, and Spalter Noble hops. The malts are Samuel Adams two-row pale malt blend, which they always use that. Caramel 60, malted wheat, Carafa and Munich 10. And it's sold November to January. And we're in January. So then they
Yep.
talk about the box style. This is making me want to go buy some more of this stuff. All right.
It's a good beer. Like I said, 6 pack runs for about maybe 10 depends, 10.99 or 11.99, 12.99 depends where you are. I know that where I got it at Total Wine today, it ran for about 11.99 for a 6-pack. But good thing I got a single. So this nice jewel. So here's what the beer looks like, as you can see. As Jay mentioned, get the scent of that. Yep, nope. Yeah, no cigar. Yeah. Orange peel right on the nose. Nice head, beautiful copper color, really nice. So look forward to trying it. Again, I tried this 4 years ago, 2018, 2017, during my review, and I gave it a very high score on this. And so ready to try it again.
What are they talking about? They're talking about cigars?
Yeah, yes, I know. I don't have one, but Friday possibly may have one Friday.
Yeah, we don't encourage any kind of cigars on this channel.
Fandango!
Because we don't do that. All right, now, yes, we're going to get to Fandango. All right. So this thing, I'm going to give you we know what it looks like. It's copper. It's semi-clear. Mathern's has this on sale for $9.99 right now. $9.99. Okay, so the aroma. Yes. Sweet bready malt. So sweet bread, even like a honey note. Smells so good, like honey bread, and with those nice bubbles rising. The honey note. Okay. Taste. Cheers.
Cheers. I just saved my beer from falling down, man. That was a nice save by me. Oh, man, I'm in trouble.
It would have been like, I fell down and I can't get up.
Yes.
Now, sweet honey bread, mild bitterness, caramel flavor, medium body, dry finish. Now, see on the sweetness scale. Three out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness, 2.5 out of 5 hop cones. Very enjoyable. Toasted malts. Yeah, really nice. Hold on a second, Jean. Got Whiskey Scout joining us.
Hey,
Robert.
hey, John, what's up?
Good.
Now we got Kansas, the Whiskey Scout, Louisiana Beer Reviews, and Georgia, Jean Pierre. So how's it going, Whiskey Scout?
It's going fine. I don't know. I'm in between wells right now, so it's pretty good. Business has really picked up in this last month. So when I'm home, I'm home. When I'm not, I'm not.
You're a busy bee.
Is it better when, and I'm going to ask a straightforward question, Robert, when prices are higher, that is better for you guys than versus when prices are lower for fuel and whatnot,
Yeah, it is. It's kind of market. But what's really going on here is we've had a guy that's got out of rotation that's moved on to something else, and so we're having to fill that spot.
Right.
So, and that's all right. That's more business for me in this case. So,
yeah.
All right. So I really like my product, and I was doing a beat to Mardi Gras Bach. Now Jean's about to do his, but before he does his, you can give us a quick little showcase.
Doing the Boulevard Sugarwood Baklava. It is a barrel-aged imperial brown ale with maple syrup and pecan flavor. It's a limited release from 2021, so I've had this bottle a while. I've always looking for a reason to open it, and I never could think of one. Well, tonight's a good reason.
All right.
Please enjoy by 18 October 2023, and it's 14.2% alcohol by volume.
Holy smoke.
So I had Taco Tico earlier, so it's settled down now. We're good to go.
Yeah, we still have one Taco Tico left in my area.
Yeah, there's quite a few here in South Central Kansas.
Yeah, I know in Kansas and Oklahoma it's common, but in Louisiana there's one left.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a screen share real fast, and then I'll
Okay.
put the beers in the banners. Forgot to do that.
Give me the other one. Sorry, I had to. Nothing really wanted to.
Barrel it. You want me to read it or you want to read it?
I'll let you read it because I'm working on this.
Okay, Sugarwood Baklava, barrel aged imperial brown ale with maple syrup and pecan flavor. Northeast meets Middle East by way of Kentucky. Okay.
That's barrel aged.
We recently discovered a recipe for maple bourbon baklava, and after countless attempts at buttering phyllo, we decided to scrap the pastry and make it a beer instead. Okay, all right. Big maple and bourbon aroma support the rich powerhouse combination of pecans, whiskey, and sweet honey malt flavors. All of the sensory experience of decadent baklava minus the sticky fingers. Tulip glass recommended glassware, 14.2% alcohol, 13 bitterness units. Availability no longer in production. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a 2021 one, so I didn't bring a tulip glass downstairs. I didn't look that up. I'm not going to use that one. That's too small. That would not be enough. We're going to use the glass I brought.
Okay. I'm going to put these in the banners. So let's see. Mardi Gras Bach at 6.5. Jean, yours is Winter Lager. Samuel has
Right.
Winter Lager.
5.8.
Yeah, I thought so.
About a finger and a half on the head.
And it's sugar. What again?
Sugarwood Baklava.
Sugarwood.
Sugarwood is in one word. Then baklava is the second word.
Okay.
It's dying pretty quick. It's getting down to half a finger there.
All right, now I'm gonna let Jean do his because he was waiting. All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, good. No problem. Okay. All right, here we go. Where I said I have the Winter Lager from Sam Adams, Boston Beer Company. Malt notes with a carol of cinnamon, ginger, and orange peel. So right at the nose, as like you mentioned, the orange peel, definitely the cinnamon and ginger is right there. So it is a nice winter lager, but also you can have it, limited release, unfortunately. From up until February, I guess it will run, or maybe March once winter is over. So it is season said November to January. Okay, so I was wrong. So November to January. Winter does end in March, but oh well. So, but there'll still be plenty more of this on the shelf by late February, and then I'll probably get rid of it. All that jazz. So. Nice copper color, as you can see. As Jay had mentioned earlier, there's a deep ruby bright, but I think more copper look.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks, yeah. Depending on how the light hits it.
Yeah. So all those things on the nose. So let's have at it, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers to your experience.
Again, the ginger I'm definitely getting the cinnamon. Most of the flavors that you would see during the holiday season and during January, all the breads and all that, allspice, ginger, nutmeg, all those different aromas and flavors. Where if you're eating something, with like candy yams or a sweet bread or banana bread, whatever it is, pumpkin bread, I don't know, something within that way, but it has that sort of breadiness taste to this. Definitely get the orange peel. Again, this winter lager has been around for a while, and even if they have not changed the recipe whatsoever, Sam Adams, they've continued it as is, and it's still a very popular product. Of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, that is part of their holiday pack. They come out around, I guess, October or early, or maybe the first week of November, and it runs into December, maybe January. Their holiday variety 12-pack that they have. With the Old Fezwig and the chocolate, and then of course this and the Boston Lager. So yeah, this is good, nice, and at 5.6%, not too bad for a German Malbec, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Jay.
Malbec, yeah,
Malbec style. So,
Yep.
there's a slight sense of spice, slight spiciness to it, but ginger, cinnamon, majority of the flavor that's there. And I think this is really good.
All right. Now,
So,
Robert.
I'm just going coming up. Yeah.
this is our newest family member.
Oh,
We've been without dogs for about 2.5 years now, since the last one finally died of old age. And I came home from this last well, and the wife had this. He's 5 months old right now. He just got his shots today, but he's a pretty good boy. He's an English setter. So we done started our training. He's been working on his woe training. He points and does what he needs to do. I'll have him hunting before you know it. All right, enough with the puppy dog. He's my buddy, though. He already likes me. I don't know why. But the Boulevard Sugarwood Baklava, when I poured it a while ago, it started with about a finger head. And then it just died down to nothing now. I'm not going to try to agitate it to get a head to come back up, but I believe I could do it. I believe it would. Oh, my God. That's a lot of strange smells going on. And for dark, you can't see through that dark ale. It's got a dark cola effect. If you can imagine cola, but super dark, and you can see some light coming through at the top angle, but that's it. You really get the baklava smell. You get the pecans. That is a real dominant note coming through. Yep, pecan flavor. I thought I had that right. Yeah, the pecan flavor comes through. A lot of caramels come through on it. And it's almost like a corn sweetener almost in a way for the sweet smell in it. But it blends well. And the sweetener has to be the maple syrup, though. But on the nose, the pecan is just overriding that maple smell, that maple syrup smell. You're mainly getting sweet, pecan, caramel notes. I just smell this. It really has a nice odor to it. I mean, it's decadent. It's like a decadent sweet almost. I get no alcohol on the nose whatsoever. For 14.2%, that's something else. Where's it? Yeah, 14.2%. I thought
it's definitely not boozy.
No, not on the nose. Don't get another barrel age in this yet. Just a lot of good decadent sweets with a lot of. It's almost like a pecan praline. It's like a pecan. That's perfect. Almost the caramel, the pecans. It's more like a praline. I'd even go slightly chocolate, like the chocolate coating on a praline, even though it says nothing about them in it. But you definitely get that. All right, on the nose, guys. I mean, on the palate.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. You get the maple syrup on the palate. The maple syrup, a little bit of that oak wood off the whiskey barrel. That's coming through on it. The pecan's still there. The caramels are still there. Even that chocolate note is still there. You're drinking a praline that's been soaked in a little whiskey, maybe dipped in maple syrup now. There is a note of alcohol to it now, but not 14.2. I'd say more along an 8%ers range, 8-9%, something in that area. The mouthfeel is dense. It lasts long in the palate. It drifts down the back of the tongue just fine. It's kind of a warming sensation in your neck a little bit, almost like whiskey, but not quite the same. It's not nearly as intense. That this is outstanding stuff. I don't know.
I was checking Beer Advocate. They give it an outstanding score.
Yeah, I mean, this is
14.2, but I'm sure the ABV is different in other locations because we do get Boulevard here in Georgia. So I'm sure the ABV would probably be at 14.
I actually bought this at the Boulevard Brewing Company. I go there about once a year, and I purchased that at least. I think it was in the spring of 22, one of the first trips me and this daughter made up there for her visit she had to make. And I bought that in a 6-pack, and you get so much in the 6-pack, and that's just the price. I don't remember what I paid. I'm sure it wasn't probably inexpensive, but I'm telling you, this is outstanding. All right. You could make yourself sick on it if you drink 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, no.
But 1, 2, it's good. Oh, it's really good. I don't know what else to say. I've covered pretty much all I pick up on my palate from it.
Okay.
Now, the one I did, guys, I'm sure you tried the Trader Joe's. Was it the chocolate baklava, whatever?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10%. So I guess 14.2 versus 10%. I guess that would be a lot better.
Well, no, I know alcohol percentage doesn't necessarily mean better. There are some beers there's even some stouts that are in the 7 to 8% range that are really fine stouts. And then I've drank some stouts that are 14% stouts, and they're good, but they're not what I would term as excellent, So it can be. In this case, it is, but I think it probably has more to do with the care they took in brewing it, and probably was a very expensive brew to make. That's probably why they don't produce it anymore. That'd be my guess. So, but it's an outstanding flavor. I'll think about it some more, and y'all can come back around, and I'll give you my opinion, but it's going to be a very highly thought of opinion.
I would like to try it, but alas, that's not going to happen. But anyway, they might bring it back one day. All right. So I was enjoying the Abita. As you can see, it's gone. And the Abita Mardi Gras Bach. It's got that honey toast. It's like honey and toast. It's sweet. And it's very enjoyable, and I recommend it, and I'm going to give it an A. I'm going to go with 94. Oops.
Okay.
So it's a most excellent.
My turn.
Yeah, hold on. Abita's Mardi Gras Bach is an A. It's a good beer. It's most excellent, and it's mild, mellow, only 6.5%. You could drink a few. Now, as far as promos, I'm just going to do the promos. We got Fandango Friday coming up Friday at 6:30. And 5:30 Central. Any liquor or liqueur, whatever you want to bring, any liquor or liqueur. Then Sunday, got Super Sunday coming up, 10:30 Eastern. Super Sunday in
It's just divisional weekend. It's divisional weekend. So, Jay,
right.
divisional
I
playoff.
know.
But
I said Super Sunday. That's the new Sunday event now. Super Sunday. Stout Sunday kind of died out. So
I'll be joining you Stout Sunday. Last week I was in Alabama, but I will be live back in the Eastern time.
I may or may not be here on Sunday. Yeah, it looks like I'll be here on Friday though, so we should be able to get Friday.
Now, as far as Dawn Busters, tomorrow morning at dawn. Tomorrow morning at dawn. I already have it scheduled. I've got Canadian Hunter, introduced in 1984. You can see I don't have too much left. Going up against, Crown Royal XO. Never could find an introduction date on this one, but I think it's in the last 10 years or less. Finishing cognac barrels. So we got a $9 whiskey versus a $35, and we'll see what happens. And it's once I'm finished with Canadian whiskey, and that's coming up, it's going to be finished soon. Then we're going to Irish, and I bought this Irish whiskey. I've been seeing more and more of this. I don't know why, actually, but I'm seeing more stores selling it. And it's called Two Gingers Irish whiskey. It's been around a little while, not too long. And it says, it's got the Irish flag at the bottom. You can't see it too well because it's glare. It says on here that Two Gingers is made by a company called Kilbeggan Distilleries.
Yeah, Kilbeggan makes their own whiskey too. A lot of times, a lot of the Irish distilleries, there's more than there used to be, but there's still not a lot of them. And one distillery might make 3 or 4 different styles or brands of whiskey come out of the same distillery.
Right. That was my impression, that they have their own Kilbeggan brand. And then they got these little off to the side brands. All right. So that's it for me. I don't have anything else to say except thanks for watching, everybody. Now, Jean, you can do his score in any promotion. All
right. I'm going to give this one an 87 out of 100. A really good lager. That's be a B plus, I guess. I mean, nothing bad about it. I mean, it's just.
No, I think 88 is a B plus, but that's different viewpoints, you know.
Yeah. So pretty good beer. Really enjoyable, and I like it. I think this is. Wish could be available more year round, but I guess it makes sense to do what they're doing to keep it within that time frame.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
so to be special, you put it out all the time, it won't be special.
Exactly. So that's my score for the winter lager by Sam Adams. What I have coming up on my channel, hopefully y'all enjoyed the review I did of the juice punch or whatever that was by New Belgian Voodoo Ranger. I was a little not too on the fence about it. I gave it a B- score when you saw when I reviewed it. I was like, fruit punch flavored IPA. I'm like, I meant some ideas okay, some like all right, but some like I don't know, not so much. But it was a B-, C+ B- score, so that's what I gave it. That's the recent review that I've done. What I got coming up, I have the French Toast Stout by our friends at Abita. I got that. I'll be reviewing that. So also, I have the Terrapin Wake and Bake Coffee Oatmeal Imperial Stout. It doesn't say the ABV on it. Okay, 9.4% ABV.
Oh, yeah, very nice. I've had that one.
Yeah. And also I have this. I was going to save it for next week when we do the winter beers. This is from high wire, but I might get another can maybe next week. But maybe whatever, do a review of it. But this is the Elated Winter IPA from High Wire Brewing Company here in Asheville, North Carolina, based in Asheville, North Carolina. 6.2%. Let me see if the brewery. Yep, Asheville, North Carolina. So High Wire Brewing Company, the Elated Winter IPA. So have that, and one more beer, which I'm going to review probably this evening or whenever I feel like it. This is from Left Hand. This is the Wake Up Dead Imperial Stout.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen that. I've never bought it from Left Hand. Yeah.
I tried it once.
10.2% ABV. So that's what I have. I have a stout for Stout Sunday coming up, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. Stouts and Porters. Jay, I'll be joining you. And Finagle Friday, I'll be joining you for that. What liquor I'll have or liqueur, we shall see. So 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. So there you go.
But it's Super Sunday now. Stout Sunday expired. So it's Super Sunday.
Super Sunday.
Super Sunday.
You can bring out porter or stout to Super Sunday. Hey, I forgot next week. Yeah, I was about to say, Hector, next week, I forgot next Wednesday is winter beers, the second installment of winter beers. And I have one for the winter time. It's called Abita French toast stout. And Jean was like, wait a minute. And then on February 1st, we have Joker's Wild Wednesday. And then we've got Imperial Stout, so I have to bring something for that. Then we got Examine Stella Artois. And then Examine Grolsch. So that sounds like a good lineup, doesn't it? Joker's Wild Wednesday, Imperial Stout, Stella Artois, and Grolsch.
Yeah. I would like to at least make one of them. I'm hoping I'm not too busy. So I ain't had a Stella Artois in so long. I don't know. I can't remember what it has, but Grolsch, probably a year ago I had one or two or three, maybe.
The dude said, the dude Stella Artois. The dude.
Yeah, I hear people saying Stella Artois. All right.
All right. Well, I really like this. This is outstanding. I'm going to give it a 98. It's probably the best brown ale with conjunctive flavors, I guess is how I would put that, because a true brown ale is much different.
Yes.
But given the flavorings, it's all been added to it. It's outstanding. It's a 98 all day long. I mean, it's just, if you could find, and they linger. I bet if I hunted around enough in Wichita or even Salina, I bet I could come up with one. I really do. But I'd have to hunt for it. But I'm telling you, this is, I don't know why it took me a year. I wish didn't take me a year and a half to even drink the one I bought now. I mean, I feel like I've your year really put something very good off.
I'm glad you waited so that you could bring it to the show.
Yeah. Well, winter beers and baklava and all those warm flavorings like that, that's a winter beer to me. I mean, and the brown ale too. You're not just drinking a stout; you're getting a little different style with it. I thought it.
I can't argue with that.
To me, it made a lot of sense. As far as stuff going on, nothing yet. Today I was drinking on this. I was playing pool earlier and drinking on Highway.
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty good whiskey. It's made with straight rye whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, and a blend of malt Scotch whiskey. And I can tell you, it's very well done. Whoever the guy was that blended and melded those batches together, he had a good palate, because it's really good for it's just basically an all around whiskey, and I mean it's excellent too. But anyway, that's about all my little world that's happening, other than a lot of work. So I ain't got much else.
All right. Well,
Where'd you go? I don't know. He was down here a second ago. He's quiet.
A lot of these inexpensive brand whiskeys I've been trying. Some of the stuff that y'all been showing, I've been seeing at a couple other spots, and I've been trying them. And I must say, my mind again, folks. Those watching, listen. You don't have to spend a lot to get some good quality whiskey.
No, but you got to watch what you buy too. I mean,
bourbon whiskey,
yeah,
buy whiskey.
Yeah, if you stick especially with the bottled and bonds on the bourbon whiskey, you don't have to buy an expensive high dollar one. Any of the JW Damp bonded, any of the bondeds, not Wild Turkey. I ain't got bond behind me, but I don't know. There's several of them. Even the not Jim Beam. Oh heck!
That's all my brother drinks. My brother loves Jim Beam. That's all he drinks. Is the only bourbon he drinks. Jim Beam.
I think it's an old granddad mix up bonded too, and that one's a good one, if I remember correctly. I don't know. There's a lot of them that are good, but JW Dant really sticks out in my mind. It was one of my favorite bonded, and it's not overtly expensive. It's under $20 usually. So,
yes, the Crown Royal video is coming up, but I just haven't posted it yet. Yeah, those bottle and bonds. I saw Evan Williams bottle and bond the other day.
That's a good one
for $13.99.
Yeah, that's prices went up. So if you're paying $13.99, it's probably going to cost me $16.99 up here. But it's still the Evan Williams that's probably to my palate the best out of the entire Evan Williams line. I have no problem if I'm out and about and I walk into a liquor store and it's a bunch of questionable, it's just mainly a beer store and they're carrying just enough bourbon and scotch or blended scotch to have some selection. You can always find one of those bottled and bonds. And if it's Evan Williams, you can't go wrong. You just can't. It's a good one too.
Yes, I don't have any bottled and bond whiskey in my possession at this time. But I've had a number of them. Oh wait, I retract that statement. I forgot. I bought the new Benchmark bottled and bond.
I haven't seen that one.
I bought the whole Benchmark lineup. I can show it to y'all before we go off the air. And
yeah,
because we're about to go off the air. I'm tired anyway. All right, so hold on.
But
the longer it takes you, the further this is going to be gone.
Yeah, I understand. 4.2%. Yeah, so like I said, I saw a lot of things, and when I was in Alabama, I didn't see wasn't a lot of stuff. I was there for a funeral, and a few times I stopped at the store. Well, two stores I stopped at, Rouse's, and another store that also does singles, Greer's, and there weren't a lot of strong ABV, beers over. Obviously, the state only can only do beers at 12%. So. But it was good, but liquor, different story. Liquor was a little more expensive in Alabama. I was surprised, and I had bought a bottle to the funeral, for the repast, for people can share whatever. And
there's a liquor store over in Mississippi called something Roads. I've got it written down somewhere, and it's been a long time, but I've always wanted to go over there. When I'm down in Louisiana with my wife's family, I want to drive over there and go to it. Mercy Roads or something like that it's called. They get a lot. The owner there does his own picks for barrel picks, and he was known for making really great barrel picks, whether it be Elijah Craig barrel picks, any number of them. And also the Knob Creek barrel picks. And I've always wanted to go over there, but that's been 3-4 years ago. And I'm sure he's still got. I mean, the same owner. I couldn't see it changing any.
Right.
He said,
"What you got, Jay?
The new Bud Next." Yeah, I don't think that's a winter beer. That's not even.
No, it's not. I wouldn't call that. That's called water.
All right.
That's
So
thumbs
okay,
down.
so we're all familiar with Benchmark.
Yes,
Standard
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
standard
drank it.
bourbon from Buffalo Trace. Previously was made by Seagram's, but they sold it to Buffalo Trace in 1989. Back in those days, Buffalo Trace was known as Shinley Distilling. All right. So I was at a store and I started seeing all these new products showing up from Benchmark because they wanted, I think Buffalo Trace Sazerac wanted to upgrade the Benchmark name back to where, because in 1968, when it hit the market, it was supposed to be like an above premium bourbon. All right. So this is something that just came out not too long ago. It's called Top Floor.
Top floor of nuts. Huh.
So it's from the top floor of the Rick House. Okay, so they talk about that on there. 86 proof. The next level up is called Benchmark.
Small batch. Take a straight bourbon whiskey, 90 proof. So that's a step up from the original 8. I like the original Benchmark 8.
Yeah, I do too. And then if you go higher up, they have this one that just, like I said, came out.
Single barrel, 95 proof.
Single barrel.
They have really added to their lineup this
I
last
know.
year.
And then here's the one that y'all made me think about it.
I think, okay.
The bonded, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd definitely try that if I see
I
that.
think I bought the number 8 during Fandango Friday.
Yeah, that's the regular one. That's the standard. 3-year age, 80 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty well regarded, actually. And now here is the top of the lineup. This was like $26.99. They started at $14.99, went to 26 or $24.99.
Full proof.
125. Wow, that's
I
going to
would
put you on your ass.
love to try that. Okay, I'm going shopping tomorrow.
Well, let me tell you, I'll save you some time. If you call Sazerac's number, they're really good about this. If you call them and say, look, I'm looking for the Benchmark varieties, which is on the Buffalo Trace website, they'll tell you who's got it, if anyone. They'll tell you. These people got it. They've got a good database, so that'll kind of save you some shopping time. Yeah. I'll give you the number if anybody wants the number. It's
Give me a second. Don't get to rattling it off too quick. I gotta write it down.
Yeah, I think they open at 8
Central
Eastern.
Time.
Yeah, they open pretty early. 8
I won't
Eastern.
be up that soon.
7
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, let me find the number. Here we go. It's we love to hear from our customers. 1-866 729 3722.
1-866-729-3722.
Yeah, and just call them and say, I'm looking for the Benchmark variety bourbons. You know which ones I just showed you. And they'll tell you who's got it.
Okay. Because I came the other day, I may have already talked about it on there, I don't know. But the other day, well, tell the day to me, but it was back before the week before Christmas. I rolled through El Dorado, Kansas. And I hadn't seen anybody have any of the Elijah Crave barrel proof C922s around me anyway. And as I went through there going out east, I seen it. I haven't opened it yet. Now I paid a pretty premium price compared to what I used to pay for them. But like everything else, everything's starting to go up. But
yeah,
I bought it because it's the only one he had. And usually when you roll into some place like that on a little liquor store, they go, well, I'm saving that for a customer. And I asked him, I said, well, he showed me it. And I said, well, is anybody buying that? He said, it's on the counter for sale right here on the counter. He said, you want it? It's yours. I said, oh, yeah, I want it. I want it bad.
What's the proof on it?
Oh, that was 124, I think.
Oh yeah. Oof. All right. Those are a little too much for me. I can't take them, but I bought it anyway just for the
120.
strange
Review for challenge purposes, right?
Well, just because it was so strange, just to see any variety of benchmark is
Yeah.
not
That-
expected.
All I've ever seen is the benchmark number 8. All I've ever seen anywhere. Now, I don't shop lately like I used to. It comes a point where I don't know what to say. It's just I don't shop like I used to, and so I haven't been in a lot of stores local, other than the local liquor store here in Newton. But in the little town, well, Newton's not smallish town. It's not a big town, but anyway, we got 3 liquor stores, but this one up north is the best one of the bunch, and he'll have any new stuff if it comes along. And I was able to get the latest Kentucky bourbon, what's it called? The stout, Kentucky bourbon stout or whatever.
Bourbon County.
Bourbon County, yeah. I was able to get the newest one of those up there, and so I mean that's kind of how it is here. I mean, now if I go to Wichita and take the time drive there, if I'm back up in Kansas City, then that's a whole different ballgame. I'm shopping Missouri and Kansas because it straddles the line, and can't find it in Kansas. It's only 3-4 miles over to the Missouri side to an equally large liquor store that's going to carry a little bit different selection.
I bought 3 bottles of that Bourbon County brand stout. It was $11.99. I got one for myself, and I gave 2. I gave one away, and I shared one with somebody. So, some people have been telling me they were paying $14.99 or whatever, and I said, "Oh no, I don't think so."
Well, look, remember, I think
I paid 16 for mine, but in a little store.
13. I paid $13.99 when I bought it in North Carolina, the 14.3 Goose Island bourbon.
But you got to understand, if it's going to cost me more, it's going to cost me more than $3 worth of gas to drive to Wichita to hunt for a $2 or $3 cheaper.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. When it gets to that, then there's no point to it.
Right. $16.
Maxwell. Now, let me say, Maxwell, we're about to get off the air, so it wouldn't make any sense to join now. It's all over. Goose Island Bourbon County Coffee Stout. I would buy it, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Is that the one with the orange? Orange? Is that the one with the orange or the red?
I don't know. They make so many varieties now, and some of these things, Mathern's is still trying to get rid of their Coca-Cola.
The black one is the original.
Yeah. Mathern's is still trying to get rid of their cola flavors.
Yeah.
And for $20.99, I wouldn't have tried it for the regular price. I don't want to drink a beer to
again. Some ideas you just got to say, you got to admit, say, you know what, maybe this was not a good idea.
Right. Why would you want to drink a beer that tastes like cola? Why don't you just go get some cola and put some rum in it, All right.
I think I still got one of the ones with the gray tea that they made. It's okay. It's
Earl Grey tea. Oh, that's funny.
The Earl Grey tea or whatever it was.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. We've been going long enough, and y'all take care now.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. Check out a place in North Kansas City called the Red X. They have the best beer and liquor selection in town. Okay. Thanks for that advice.
Hold on. Let me write that down. I usually shop at Lucas Liquor or Gomer's when I go up there. The Red X.
North Kansas City.
All right.
Excellent. Yep. They make so many varieties. I mean, it's unreal. They'll probably make a Bourbon County juicy fruit next.
I hope not. I won't buy it.
I hope not, too. All right. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Later, y'all. Jeez.